Welcome back to Ozarks Live. Your disability rep is here in Springfield, and it's an accessible resource perfect for those needing help pertaining to varying disability and medical needs.
That's right, and Tom is live on location with him right now. Tom, what do we need to know?
Well, first you need to know your disability rep is right there. Roy Rickster, good to see you as always, my friend.
Likewise, likewise.
Okay, we're going to talk about, well, you've got it written down here, problems with primary care doctors treating psych conditions.
Yes, and this happens all the time. People have a doctor, they just establish a relationship, they trust their
Right.
primary care doctor, and they just think that the primary care doctor is like a Swiss Army knife. It can take care of everything.
Well, it always used to be known as the general practitioner. They
That's
did
right.
everything.
But there are some problems with the psych care. And before we dig into that, we're going to look at these three words here on the screen. This is just kind of an example of some of the difference that you're going to encounter between your primary care doctor and your psych provider. So, bull, bar, fan, there will be a test later. Try to remember those three words.
Oh, great. Okay.
So some of the problems with your primary care doctor trying to take care of things is Social Security looks at it through the lens that they want you to get the best qualified, most capable care that you can get.
Okay.
And they don't feel like that comes from your primary care doctor when it comes to psychiatric conditions.
They want a specialist?
That's correct. Correct. And that's one of the things that they look at is they want to know that you're doing everything you can and you're as interested in getting better as you can. And if your primary care is taking care of things, it looks like your condition is controllable without the use of an expert.
Okay, and I mean, we just mentioned they want you to get the best care, but they want you to make sure you follow those. You are trying to get the best care.
Oh yeah. They want you to try to get the best, most qualified experts to help you. They want to make sure you follow their prescriptions, follow their regimen to the letter. They want to make sure you're doing everything that you can. And we've talked about that a lot of times on our show.
Oh yeah.
There are some additional benefits to having a psychiatric care provider. So not only do they have the extra added benefit of that extra education and that specialization, but they're also very familiar with the diagnostic criteria for the conditions that they're diagnosing.
Okay.
And that's a big departure from our primary care doctors.
Right.
So for example, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
For example, if a person is suffering with post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, Social Security requires the diagnosis, but they also have to be able to see the cause of that your life was in danger, that you were in close proximity to some sort of violence or traumatic event. PTSD doesn't help as much as if we know the root cause of that and know the symptomology.
Okay. Band-Aid care.
Yeah, and it does kind of feel like Band-Aid care, right? We have this whole team of specialists, counselors, therapists that can help us through psychiatric disorders, but we're choosing to go to a non-expert who has kind of a cursory understanding of these conditions for help. It does kind of feel like a Band-Aid care.
All right. There you are. Documents, issues in general terms.
Yeah, that's correct. A lot of times primary care doctors will do a great job of telling us we have depression or anxiety, but it doesn't really speak to the underlying problems.
That's a huge diagnosis.
It is. There's a lot of different symptoms for depression. Not everybody has the same presentation. So depression doesn't tell us if you're having crying spells, poor sleep, chronic fatigue, lack of motivation. We need those things to appear in the record. So we need those details, and also whether you're getting better or you're worse.
You can't just take a snapshot.
That's right.
Yeah, all right.
And of course, our psychiatric professionals will speak to real-world examples of the way that we're struggling. So they'll talk about relationship problems we're having in our folder or troubles in our lives in general.
All right. Now, this is only one thing to know. That's why you're here, and you are the disability rep.
Yeah.
And how can people get a hold of you?
Well, they can give us a call here at the office, the 417-812-6698. Our psychiatric professionals will do tests that are tailored to that condition, so that's real important. And then just as a general rule, remember the three words that we started with?
Bull, bar, fan.
Yeah, very good, Tom. But just that memory testing helps give a lot of insight into how you struggle. A simple test that our psychiatric providers will provide, but our primary care won't. And it helps. Scan the QR code, give us a ring. Happy to talk with you.
All right. Always good to see you. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Tom. All right, well, coming up here on Ozarks Live, Tom got to have some fun with our friends over at Wild Animal Safari.
That's true. They actually tried to keep him as one of the animals, but we did not let them do that. So, you want to see the fun? Ozarks Live will be right back.